Hi, I'm Lauren Klinger. I work on PR for SBF, and I'm here with Steve Bunch, a partner from SBF, and we're going to talk just a couple of things that you can be doing at this time during the pandemic to make sure your financial house is in order. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Good. How are you, Lauren?
Fantastic, all things considered.
Yeah.
So everyone's talking about all these different programs and things that you can be doing right now to make sure that
hmm
you're set up for however long this goes on and that you have control of what you can control right now. Can you give anybody some tips about what they should be doing?
Well, the government has done a lot to support taxpayers and small businesses during this time, but they have, as they somewhat usually do, created a web of different programs, some of which are mutually exclusive, some of which aren't. And so I think the best thing that business owners can do is just be aware of the programs and try and determine which programs fit them best. So, at this point, the PPP is ubiquitous, but there's other programs like the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the Main Street Lending Facility, there's payroll tax holidays, there's employer retention credits, there's stimulus payments. And so you start hearing all those words and going, wow, okay, how does this all fit? What can I get? What can I not get? What should I be doing? What I should I not? And so that's where I think we play a big role, is helping people understand all the different programs that are out there and which ones are right for them. But now's the time to be taking advantage of those and figuring out what direction you're going to move in.
Right. And I think that that's something people don't think about is calling their accountant for advice on things like which programs are mutually exclusive, which one should I get started with
Mhm.
right away versus which one can I wait. So if I'm a
Right.
small business owner, I can just give you all a call and we can talk through it.
Absolutely. We've done that a number of times. As a matter of fact, we did a few blogs on the PPP, and I got a phone call from a construction company in Virginia. Not sure exactly how they got our information, but we talked through the PPP with them, and they're not a client, so we're happy to talk to people and help them through this.
That's wonderful. I think people need as much advice as they can get right now. And with you guys working with lots of clients and being familiar with all these programs, you can really see how the big puzzle fits together as opposed to just a couple of pieces.
And that's sort of another important piece of this is you've decided which program that you're going to take advantage of. It's not time to turn the lights out and go home. I sort of make the comparison for us Floridians to hurricane season. If a hurricane's coming, you don't just go buy water at the grocery store and then sit around and do nothing. You got to board up the windows. You got to put away heavy objects. You got to have a plan of where to go. You got to have food. You got to have a plan for your pets. And so getting a stimulus program is not the end game. It's really keeping an eye on your financials and cash flow and your business activity to determine what pivots you should be making to make sure you have the best chance to not only survive, but thrive after this. So it's another way that we're sort of stepping in to help people is you don't just get the PPP and move on. You really have to be aware of how your business is operating and make sure you're not making decisions too late. It's too late to board up your windows when the storm's making landfall, and this is sort of the same scenario.
Yeah, I love that analogy. And that's a great one, especially for Floridians, because we
hmm
know that you can see the hurricane coming and you can start to prepare for it. And there's a lot you can do to get ready for the storm before it arrives. That's a great analogy.
hmm hmm
So another way to think about that is, you're the one in the house, you're trying to board up the windows, you're looking to experts for advice on, you know, do I use plywood? Do I use tape? Do I need water? Do I boil water? All of those things, you guys can help businesses navigate. So what are some other, besides looking to experts, figuring out what programs to get involved in, what are some other pieces of advice you can give leaders at this time to get ready for what's ahead?
Well, the practical advice would be, to keep your head. And I think that's really self-evident as a leader, but we're all emotional, fallible beings that get stressed out and get nervous and get anxious. And so sometimes you have to have in the front of your mind, I'm a leader. I need to remain calm and confident. I need to speak frankly to people and tell them the truth, but pepper it with optimism and support my people. And when I feel like maybe the stress and anxiety is getting away from me, I got to recenter on the fact that I'm in front of my employees or clients or vendors or whomever, and I really got to make sure that I project an image of that confident, calm leader. It's the same thing. If you were a kid and your parents were running around the house screaming, going, board up the windows, get them water, we got to get out of here, you're probably going, oh my gosh, what is going on? If someone is calmly directing you over here and over there, and you do that, and you do that, you're kind of feeling like this person's in control. I'm just going to listen to them, and we're going to get through this. And I mean, that's just some practical advice. Again, it's pretty self-evident, but you have to remind yourself, I have to remind myself all the time, you know, just remember, don't let my tendencies get the best of me. You got to always be a leader and always be on.
Right. I mean, and it is a scary time. There's a lot going on, especially for small business owners. There's a lot to keep track of with new guidelines and recommendations. And then even, you know, keeping in mind your own safety, your family's safety, and that of your employees. And I feel like businesses are doing a great job at that right now. And you all are doing a wonderful job being an example in that. But, you know, acknowledging that it is scary, but I like the advice that to keep a calm head and think about what you're projecting and what you want people to do and how you want people to feel with your leadership.
It's very important. Very important.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Steve. Is there anything else that you wanted to add for our SBF watchers?
No, I thank you for having me, and I hope we can do this more often. I enjoy talking about these things and sharing the knowledge that we've gotten through this process. It's all about learning in times like these. So
exactly.
Happy to do it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.